would you rather have, Dan, down the stretch? Is it Aaron Rodgers or is it Tom Brady?
Yeah, I see you, Big Wood. Can't hide money, right? I'm going to say Tom Brady. My number one reason is I hit up Aaron like 3 weeks ago, and he ain't hit me back yet. So I got to go with Tom Brady because of that. I think, number one, give me the most winning quarterback in the history of the NFL. I'll take Tom Brady. Two, give me the quarterback that is playing right now that has the most fourth quarter comebacks. Tom Brady, 41-18. I think in the fourth quarter, since the start of last year, Tom Brady's got 17 tutties and 2 picks, 70% completion percentage. So I'll take the guy that has got the most wins, the most fourth quarter comebacks. He's been incredible in the fourth quarter. He's got the healthier offensive line. He's got more diverse offensive weapons. I'll take Tom Brady.
You know what? It's almost sacrilegious to go against Tom Brady because this man's a 7-time champion, the greatest winner in the history of football, at least as a player. But I would have to tell you that right now, if I had to pick right now, just in the moment that we're living in, I would go with Aaron Rodgers. I think if Tom Brady hadn't captured the Super Bowl title last year, maybe I would feel different, D. And Dan, I just do. I feel like it's not to say that he's any less motivated or he ain't gonna go for it or he's not the ultimate winner. I know it's Tom Brady we talk about. But I just think that when you consider the level of adversity Aaron Rodgers walked into this season with, not wanting to be there, making it very, very clear he wanted out, not being granted his wishes, giving that first press conference, getting blown out in week 1 by New Orleans, and then turning around and obviously deliberately deceiving the public. That's what the hell he did, and getting called on it and what have you. To see the way this team seems to be rallying around him and the way they've been playing. You've had guys out, but they're coming back. Now you've got a running attack, not just a running attack, but a dual running attack in Aaron Jones and Dillon. You've got Scantling along with Lazard to pair with Devontae Adams. Tunyon going down, I think, is a big hit to them. But you have such a bevy of weapons, and the offensive line is only expected to get better with Bakhtiari back. The defense isn't what it was early in the season. It seems to have improved as well. And they lost the NFC Championship game to Tom Brady. I don't see anybody but Tom Brady beating Green Bay. And I can't imagine that Aaron Rodgers is going to lose to Tom Brady in back-to-back years. I think when you're talking about the greatness of someone, the caliber of an Aaron Rodgers, that's a lot to expect. It's not to say that it can't happen because we're talking about Tom Brady here. But based on all of those elements combined with Tom Brady already capturing that coveted chip that he achieved in the aftermath of his departure from Bill Belichick in New England, right now, if you asked me to go and bet my money, and I shouldn't say bet my money because that's a different damage, but if you asked me to say, who do you think is going to pull it off, I'm going to say I think it's Aaron Rodgers.
Let me say this. Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion, is playing maybe the best football he's played in his entire career. Like, he's playing that well, considering everything that's going on around him. You know, injuries on the offensive line, injuries as far as weapons are concerned, all those things. His foot, the injury to his foot, he's playing phenomenal football. But when if we're talking about winning a championship, Stephen A., how in the world can I pick against a guy with the championship DNA of Tom Brady? We're talking about a guy in Tom Brady that at age 44 is on pace to throw for over 5,300 yards and 46 touchdowns. Think about that. Think about that, Molly.
Yeah, he's that dude.
At 44 years old, on pace to throw for over 5,300 yards and 46 touchdowns. That is remarkable. And Dan touched upon some numbers as well. When it comes down to it in the fourth quarter, there's no one more clutch than Tom Brady since last year. Yeah. I mean, that to me is what it all boils down to. We can talk about, we can get into stats. We can talk about what guys do first quarter to third quarter, whatever. But when it's fourth quarter, when it's 2 minutes, who do you want to have operating your offense?
You don't trust Rodgers in that scenario?
Listen, I marvel at Aaron Rodgers when I watch him. I don't think there's anyone in the history of the National Football League that is more gifted than Aaron Rodgers at throwing the football.
Yep.
He is absolutely phenomenal. He has just been stupendous. There's no question about that. But I'm talking about championship DNA. That's what I'm talking about here. Championship DNA.
Can I throw this at y'all?
A guy that literally went down to Tampa Bay and turned around that team and won a championship in 1 year. That's the guy I'm going to ride with.
Unbelievable.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Sure.
In 2004, how many Super Bowl rings did Tom Brady have?
2?
Three.
3, yeah, 2 or 3, yeah.
3, right?
3 in a row, right?
When did he win his next one?
2016.
2014.
14.
14.
Okay.
The great Tom Brady with the great Bill Belichick with 3 Super Bowl championships on his resume in 4 years suddenly went 10 years without. What I'm saying to y'all is it is possible. And I'm not saying that y'all are saying otherwise, but it is possible. Matter of fact, very, very plausible that Tom Brady could have gone to Tampa, got his chip, obviously pushing forward for another one, but somebody gets in the way of that. It's happened before now. And if anybody could pull it off, why would we not say it could be Aaron Rodgers?
Oh, listen, let me tell you something. Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay Packers could pull it off.
Yeah.
I think the primary reason that they could possibly pull it off is because of their defense. Their defense has been the difference between last year when they played Tampa in the NFC Championship game compared to this year. It's night and day. Their defense is really the difference between Green Bay last year to this year. But again, I'm not betting against the championship DNA of Tom Brady when he's the best in the fourth quarter, 2 minute. Like, that's stupid.
I don't think it's stupid.
Yeah.
Not when you talk about Aaron Rodgers. I don't think it's stupid. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.